Hey folks, it's Man once again, and welcome back to another review. And this is of a film called Deathgasm, which, yes, this is one of those films that I enjoyed much more than films like Turbo Kid, because this film, I thought, felt more like a throwback to 80s movies, or however you want to call it, than something like Turbo Kid. This one, I thought, the direction was really a solid job. I don't know if the guy who directed this did anything else, but I thought if this is his first film, he did a bang-up job. And I mean, even from the opening, you have a little bit of the character giving some narration and stuff. But even from the opening titles, it's animated. You have like skulls and crows and stuff. Really energetic, gets me involved. And throughout the film, if you want gore, you got gore in here. But I liked the lead character, especially when he was a guy who got picked on, and he's okay. He's a metalhead, but doesn't mean he's an awful guy. The girl in here is beautiful, but she's not a bitch either. Really good makeup effects. Quite a few scenes that made me chuckle or smirk. Really what this film is, it's a throwback to Peter Jackson's older movies. If Peter Jackson was still worth a shit, because I don't think he's been worth a shit since The Frighteners. The Frighteners is the last good movie that I think Peter Jackson's ever done. I don't like any of the Lord of the Rings films. I don't give a fuck about The Hobbit. Fuck King Kong up his big ass, hairy ass. I saw it in the theater and fucking was pissed off. Fucking King Kong dancing with the lady. Yeah, ready to shove him up his fucking asshole. Great. Ooh, I'm dancing with the lady as if the fucking ice escapades. I'm like, Pew Jackson, you made fucking bad taste. You made Meet the Feebles, where fucking fraud puppet was ready to did a scene from The Deer Hunter, and a crazy overeating hippo shot everybody's ass up. You were doing those kind of movies. The Frighteners, I think, is his last great movie. Dead Alive, great fucking movie. I want to review that whenever I do like zombie films. Love Dead Alive. This brought that feeling back of just over the top 80s gore. And this is actually a New Zealand film, which Peter Jackson is from, I believe. And it had that energetic, it's a short film, it's less than 90 minutes. And if you want that humor that just goes out there, that over the top humor, over the top gore, fun, that Peter Jackson used to do. But if he decided to do something with heavy metal, if he made a heavy metal horror film in the 80s, this would be the kind of film he would have done. Early Peter Jackson films meets heavy metal. That's really the best way to describe this. Also had the feelings that you would see in like Evil Dead 2, that type of, again, energetic entertainment out of. So I thought Deathgasm was a lot of fun to watch. And again, went at a good pace, didn't get bored. Have a few tiny issues, but not much actually. But yeah, the lead kid, teenager, however you want to call it, you find out that his mom had been sent to an institution. He was sent off to live with his uncle, who is, as he calls it, balls deep in Jesus. He meets some guys who get picked on. They play with dice, and it's a board game for nerds. But he has these heavy metal daydreams, and in these daydreams, he's like rocking on a mountain, and there's a woman, and lasers come out of his eyes, and tits are shown. So, I mean, this is a film that you don't take seriously. Like, you know from the get-go, don't take this film so seriously. It's, I don't know if you want to call it tongue-in-cheek, but this is a film that's just meant for fun. For the shits and giggles. And it's right from the get-go, you could tell that's what it says. And he meets this guy, a new friend called Zach, after his asshole cousin keeps fucking with him. And montage of them getting to know each other. They start a band, and they're wondering what titles. And this is what I'm talking about, the direction. I thought this guy did a really good job. Like, each band member is thinking of a name, and as they say the name, like these animated titles pop up of what they say. And ultimately, one of them comes up with Deathgasm. But I won't go more into spoilers, so for those who haven't seen it, feel free. My only problem with the film, I'm trying to think. I don't know, I can't really think of any big problems with the film, actually. I did see my friend Mike OCP's review, and yeah, it's once in a while it seems like they have too much of a fixation for dicks, because either the guy's drawing dicks, or there's a fight scene with demons with sex toys, or he has a weed whacker and chops off a dick, and you're like, okay, what's this? What's your fascination with dicks? I have a dick. Okay, I get it. You know, you have a dick too. It's kind of weird. Just a little bit too much fixation on the dickage. But it's not a big problem. It's just one of those things. It's like it's strange. Why so many dicks? Dick. But yeah, it's only a little thing. But I mean, I can't really think of. Also, well, there's one or two little things about nitpicks I have, which I'll get into in the spoilers. But overall, like the heavy metal music, like the fast-paced, energetic direction. I thought the acting was perfectly fine. Thought the lead did a good job. His buddy Zach is an asshole, but I mean, at least the movie admits that he is an asshole, and at the end, he does redeem himself a little bit at least. So there's that. I gotta give more spoilers on why I enjoy the film. So give more and more spoilers from here on. It does have some really good gore. I mean, when our two leads find this band, or they think one of the big guys behind this band, I believe it's called Haxon Sword, is the band, someone that they really idolize, they find where he might be staying, and he freaks them out, wakes up, then he knows that someone's coming, and he gives them this record, doesn't tell them anything, and then these guys, which you find out later are cultists trying to get this record. And not really the record, but these music sheets. And when they leave, a guy comes in and gives the guy that gave him the record a really gnarly slit neck. And this one talking about the humor made me laugh. See, that's why the humor in this made me chuckle. For example, the guy comes back to his boss, cult boss, and says, I'm sorry, I couldn't find the music sheets. They were gone when I got there. And of course, the guy gets pissed, orders these guys in robes to cut his head off. And the guy gets pissed and goes, supposed to put the tarp down first. Do it again. And the two guys who were in robes and masks look at him like, what? Are you serious? Do it again. And they're like, they don't know what to do, so they actually, to pick the head up, they put a tarp over, they put the head back on, and then nonchalant, they just slide the blade, and the head falls, and they look at him like, you happy? And the guy goes, that's good. So, I mean, I've never seen a scene like that. I thought that made me chuckle, like, that's pretty funny. Or like the band members are making this music video, so they put on this Kiss-like makeup, and it's pretty much them just doing this with no music, and they'll put the music in later, and they're like out in the trees somewhere, and in the music video they're trying to make, it's an old school video camera, because you see VHS type of lines going through it. And the lead girl, she's I thought she did fine. She's a nice girl. Toss this guy who is the outsider loner. It's weird, his Kiss makeup kind of made me think of Eric Draven, the Crow type of makeup, interesting enough. But, buys him some ice cream. They talk with each other. She tries to get to know him. She's going out with his cousin, but the cousin's a dick, so she wants to get to know this guy. He actually gives her some music, and she listens to later, and then when she listens to it, she has like a heavy metal fantasy like the lead guy did, only she has an axe. So I mean, there's certain sequences like that that made me chuckle and laugh, and I mean, it deals with that again fun tone that the film keeps up with. And then his buddy, the Zach character, I believe his buddy, fucks over the lead character. Just first as the lead character, you really feel for him because you know his mother was institutionalized, his father is a Jesus guy, his cousin beats him up, actually pull his earring out, and then his buddy, the Zach guy, fucks him over because the girl wants to meet him, and Zach goes, "Oh yeah, I gave him the note. He says he doesn't want to see you. He doesn't want anything to do with you." Takes advantage of the girl, kisses her, and the lead guy, he's of course down in the dumps. He doesn't know what happened there. Just knows that she's ignoring him, again because his buddy fucked him over. And just the sheet music, and they start playing it, and the guy didn't. He kind of knows that it says demon and that it'll give you power and fame. So because he's down in the dumps, he's like, let's play this. But he didn't know this was going to happen. It's not like he planned this stuff where people, other places are spitting up blood, and then it's school the next day, and you have some definitely take off Evil Dead. Evil Dead shots and angles, teacher puking blood on students. Later on, the asshole buddy Zach, his dad, actually took out his own eyes. It's really good makeup effects. And the lead has to saw. It's kind of like a personal saw right to the guy's face, and then Zach has to pull a handle to drop an engine on his own dad's head. But he says like, "No, it's cool." He doesn't say it's cool, but he will. Weirdly enough, I think he would have been all right to go out this way. And the lead guy sort of explains everything that just happened. The guy goes, "Yeah, for whom the bell tolls, old man." And oh, it just yeah, it did make me chuckle and laugh. But in the end, he did goes at definitely in breakneck pace after that. The girl drives this big axe into this demon, splits it in half, hit the head in half. Our two leads go to the psychic who gets her heart torn out. They try to get the music, and they have a fight with these two other demons with sex toys. But I mean, it's with sex toys, but there's some fun stuff in it as well. Uh, the asshole buddy Zap breaks one jaw with his sex toy. The lead character chainsaws one in the stomach, and intestines are falling out, and then gets like two vibrators and put right in the head. Again, I know it's sex toys, but it was inventive. I've never seen that done before. The effects were stellar, and I liked the lead guy. I thought the actor did perfectly fine, and the pages get blown away, and they have a little montage of killing some demons. They get together with the other group, you know, the two nerdy buddies and the girl, and finally finds out that his buddy fucked him over. They get a little fight. The guy gets a punch in, and then the asshole says "fuck you" and heads off. The psycho cult comes in, captures him, ties him up, but then thankfully the asshole gets actually tries to redeem himself, comes in, unties them. And at the end, there's some fun, nice bits of dialogue. For example, he's painting himself up, and even the girl notes, "So wait, you wanted to come back for us to help us, but you painted your face? Well, how long did that take you?" I mean, they do it better than I did, but oh yeah, another one that made me laugh out loud when after the sex toy fight, the asshole cousin comes in and he's not a demon, and the lead guy gets a chainsaw and just literally chainsaws his face off. And even the asshole buddy, even he goes, "I don't think he was a demon." And the lead guy goes, "Oh yeah, he was. He was a demon." Didn't you hear him when he came in? He said something about Satan. What? You didn't hear him say that? Just the way he did it, and it just because the cousin was such an asshole. I mean, that's what I mean. You don't take the film that seriously. That once again, it surprised me. I didn't see it coming, and it made me chuckle. Definitely made me chuckle out loud. So that was pretty damn funny. And then pretty much you get the finale. I think the finale could have been a bit bigger, perhaps. But I don't know. You get some cool stuff. I mean, his buddy definitely chainsaws quite a few demons. You know, fucks up their necks or their heads or cuts them to pieces. The girl is fucking someone with an axe. The two nerdy guys get killed. One gets his head torn off. Really well done effect. See even the spine come out. From and another guy gets like his arm and such pulled off. And the lead guy's trying to play the guitar because I think the whole thing is they gotta play it backwards. But then the time comes and the big head honcho demon is going to come possess this girl who's a cult, but it actually possesses the buddy. And getting decent effect, practical effect on the creature. Although I will admit, he kind of looked like a villain you see on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series. I'm like waiting for Buffy to come in and fight him. So he did look like that, but I'd rather have that than a shitty CGI effect. And then there's certain things that don't make sense at the end. I guess they said something about having enough amps to let other people hear it, but when he's playing, I'm like, would these hear it if, I don't know, maybe people like, who gives a fuck? That was a little bit wonky for me. Only to far, I didn't really understand that 100%. I'm sure someone will specify. Also, he gets stabbed, the lead guy, in the stomach. Then he gets up and he plays. First off, they fucked up the pages, but what, did he learn? Supposedly you have to play the music in reverse. Like, he starts playing music, and even the demon goes, oh, you're supposed to play the one specific music. But he just keeps playing. So what, if you just play heavy metal, it'll fuck up the demon? Or did he remember it in reverse before the occult guys fucked up the paper? Did he learn that? Did he remember that? Memorize that? That's the word I'm trying to say. Memorize that? And jammed it? When he gets stabbed, and later on when he's with his girl and he has his shirt off, there's no marks on him. I'm like, he was stabbed. We see blood soaking out. Later on, he has his shirt off. There's not even a mark on him. I'm like, was that a fuck up? Did he magically get healed? I mean, you would think there'd be a scar if he gets stabbed in the stomach. First off, he lived, which I'm fine that he lived, but that still is like, wait, he lived from that? And plus he has no scars? And there's certain things about the finale that just, I think could have been tweaked up a bit. And it makes the guy and his buddy, the asshole Zach, in human form, it's like, finish it, takes a razor, slits the guy's neck. So, I mean, and even, again, it's like months later, lead guy's with his girl. Again, he has his shirt off, but he doesn't have the mark from his stomach, which I didn't, again. But, maybe you say these are little nitpicks, but they're nitpicks I had to mention. Unless there's some explanation that flew past my head that someone will say. But I do like what they do with the ending, because they make you think it's a sequel bait ending. Oh my god, the music's playing, it's going to start again. And then his buddy fucked with him. And the lead goes, Zach? And then the end credits play. Then if you watch, after the end credits, there's more. Where the guy's like asking his buddy who's talking via a record, so how is being dead? And the guy goes, oh, it's awesome. I met some music legends, and it's really cool. You gotta keep the band going. And they're both just talking back and forth on what to call the band, since he's the only guy that survived. And again, that was pretty funny, because they play off that sequel bait ending, but it's not really sequel bait ending. It's It's the guy just making a sort of a call from hell vibe record. And, you know, if you like that asshole character, because he does, you know, redeem himself. You know, I guess he's in hell, but he's not, obviously he even says he's having fun down there, so. I mean, that right there I thought was pretty interesting, imaginative. I haven't really seen that done before, the way they did the ending, and you watch till after the credits. I thought the music was pretty cool. The lead character and the lead girl were fine. Fun gore, some nice, pretty good direction. Again, this is the guy's first time. He did a pretty damn good job. Just a lot of fun. The 80s Peter Jackson type of energy. A little bit of Sam Raimi camera work. Off the cuff, off the wall humor. New Zealand splatter comedy, however you want to call it. Pretty fun, pretty entertaining. I did like the film. That was a pretty fun flick. That's just my opinion, though. Definitely a film I had a lot of fun with. Got a couple chuckles out of me. And that's my thoughts on Deathgasm. It was a pretty fun flick. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on Deathgasm. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.